um, the LSU player Kyren Lacy has been arrested, or he had an arrest warrant issued for him. I don't know if he's been arrested yet, but for a hit and run that actually he gonna be charged with murder because one of the people died. The man
Damn.
died. So let's get into this news clip.
Us first on News 2 at 6 o'clock, weeks after a crash that left one person dead, two others injured in Lafourche Parish. A former LSU football player is facing charges.
State police issuing a warrant for the arrest of Kyren Lacy, saying his reckless driving led to that deadly crash. News 2's Brittany Weiss with new details tonight.
Former LSU wide receiver Kyren Lacy is accused of negligent homicide and hit and run for his involvement in the death of a 78-year-old man. Louisiana State Police are heading up the investigation and say Lacy was driving recklessly along LA 20 near Perez Lane in Thibodaux on December 17th around lunchtime. State police say Lacy passed multiple vehicles at a high speed, at one point crossing the center line and entering the northbound lane while in a no passing zone. Drivers in the northbound lane tried to swerve out of the way, causing a head-on collision that took the life of Herman Hall of Thibodaux. Investigators say Lacy went around the crash scene and drove off without stopping or reporting his involvement. 2 days after the accident, Lacy posted on social media a thank you to LSU and announced he'd be declaring for the 2025 NFL Draft. Hall's daughter, Heather Hall Dickerson, spoke with WBRZ and says her dad, a Marine, would have wanted justice. Just days after the crash, Dickerson said she asked state police for a crash report, but one still hadn't been finalized. She says she was told the suspect was a high-profile person and they'd be taking their time with the case. That report, we're told, is still not complete. I asked state police why it took 3 weeks to file the warrant. They say they had to speak with witnesses and look for all possible evidence available to confirm Lacy was driving, and it took time. Brittany.
You know what I don't get about that though?
What's that?
How you could hit somebody knowing that they might be dead and leave the scene and go home and go to sleep and then go about your business for the rest of the day, rest of the week, the rest of the month. Like that shit don't weigh on people's conscience.
Exactly. Like that right there is trash, bro. Like the way you hitting people and doing that, and then you went home and declared for the draft.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like that don't weigh on your conscience at all. When you know you hit these people and then you just left the scene. And then you seen, I know you seen somewhere on the news that uh a person was dead and you still don't say nothing. But then these white people are gonna be wrong when they take your whole life from you and give you life in prison.
And that's exactly what was about to happen. And then it seemed like you wasn't like you said, you had no remorse. I mean, you're talking about you're declaring for the draft and stuff like that, and you're posting on your social media three weeks ago when you know you hit somebody. It's kind of
Exactly. And
sad.
that's days after this happened, you declare for the draft. Thanking LSU. You know what I'm saying? You need to be addressing this problem and asking these people family for forgiveness. Okay, you might have been drunk when you left the scene or whatever, but that don't mean you don't come back and take responsibility for what happened. Then you ask for leniency. You know what I'm saying? Now you can't ask for leniency.
Exactly. Nah, man. You can't say that you're remorseful and all that. It's like, nah, buddy. You got some real things going on. That was the letter right there, guys. Just wanted to show y'all what he had posted. But yeah, he got some real issues going on, and who knows? Like they won't even know if he was drunk or not at this point.
They don't care at this point. It's all about a conviction now. I mean, they can't tell if he was drunk or whatever. They know is he left the scene.
Yeah. So I mean, made a horrible decision, and this for y'all young kids, bro. When y'all get in nice cars, all the girls, all the fame and stuff, you still gotta move with with just smartness. You got to be smart about what you're doing. All this driving fast, you putting other people at risk. This was a 78-year-old man. I mean, come on, man. It's just not cool. And now you're going to be you're going to be in prison until you're damn near 78.
Hey guys,
and he's not the only one. He's not the only one of these football players that does that. That did that. The other one recently, dude from the pros in Vegas ran into somebody's car. It was a big old inferno. He killed that person and a dog. They heard the person scream. It's like you NFL players and anybody that's got this privilege, please don't take it for granted and just move right, man. You got to move better than that.
Yep. And I mean, everybody do it at some point in their life. Everybody been young. Everybody done stupid shit. I know when I had my Lexus shit, I was coming home from work. I was trying to do the dash. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I could have easily ran into a deer because you coming down them country roads. A lot of nights, a lot of times I was coming home at night, sometimes early in the morning before daybreak. You know what I'm saying? I could have hit a deer. I could have hit some oncoming traffic. A lot of times you don't think about that, but I wasn't drinking at the time. I was alert. You know what I'm saying? I was fully alert. Might have been on some weed at the time or something, but yeah. But everybody do it, but people have to start being more responsible, especially when you have things going on in your life like that. I mean, you was just a few weeks. What? It's not even 6 months before the NFL draft, man.
Exactly. So I mean, it's really no excuse for it, bro. Like you ruined your life, man.
And you ruined the hopes of everybody who wanted to see you make it to the league.
Exactly. We got people in his comments saying, "Tell me this ain't true, bro." And then people talking about you're cooked. Turn yourself in, gang. It's just like, bro. It's just. And he posted this 2 days ago. Like, what are you doing? What's going on? Where's your lawyer? Like, what is your lawyers telling you, bro?
Exactly. That was the wrong move. I mean, you shouldn't have did that. Like, you don't know that there were witnesses. His wife survived, and then there were other witnesses at the scene. So somebody was going. If it wasn't the little details like the paint on your car or
Exactly.
something like that, something came off of your car from the scene or something like that that gave you away, then it was gonna be people describing the car to him. Somebody could have got your license plate. Somebody describing you to him. You know what I'm saying?
And especially if you're in one of those college towns or any of these cities, they got cameras everywhere, bro. They don't catch you on the highway. I'm pretty sure you're probably one of the only people with that type of car in that town. It's no way getting past it, man. Like they said, they got to confirm that you were the driver, but at the same time, even if come on, you're an NFL prospect. Even if you wasn't the driver and that was your car involved, you got to go speak up. You got to go say something, man.
Exactly. So let's get into what Shannon Sharp had to say about the situation.
Is wanted for negligent homicide and a felony hit and run in a connection with a December 17th crash that killed one person and injured two others in Louisiana, according to state police. Lacy was allegedly illegally passing other vehicles at a high rate of speed by crossing the center lane and entered an oncoming lane in a no passing zone. A truck swerved to avoid colliding with Lacy. The vehicle and vehicles behind it collided head on with another vehicle going in the opposite direction. Following the crash, Lacy drove around the crash scene, fled south on Louisiana Highway 20 without stopping to render aid, call emergency services, or report the involvement in the crash, according to police documents.
Hey, man.
Ocho.
You can't.
Ocho, I know he know what happened to Ruggs. I know he know. He had to see that, Ocho. But I get it. Ocho, when you young, you never think anything like this. So I can't beat him up too bad because I've driven at a high rate of speed.
I just said that. I'm telling you.
Now, I wasn't, trying to pass on, but I'm just going, it's just, Ocho, you know how it is. Like, I'm on 95 and I'm coming from Daytona. I'm going back to Savannah. So it's just two lanes. And there's a median, there's a fence. So 2 lanes, me and the traffic going this way. But you know what I'm saying? There is no possibility of another car coming this way. I was wrong. Now, I don't want people to think that I'm trying to condone because I was traveling at 108 miles an hour. Dead wrong. Dead wrong. Got 2 tickets. Guy said I clocked you at 108 and the other guy clocked you at 92. So we got to write you 2 tickets. Does anybody here, hey, they put me in the car, Ojo. They like, anybody here got driver's license that can drive the car? Let my one of the dudes that went to college with me, he drove the car. They took me to the police station. It's like bond like $1,500. Right. I broke that thing. You know what I mean? Ojo, I was counting money. They thought I had a money counter in my pocket. I've been peeling off them money. He's like, if you don't mind, what do you do? Hey, I can't tell y'all. Then y'all gonna keep me here longer. Y'all might bring the dog to sniff the car. I can't tell you what I do.
Now, if he talking about one of them old college stories, then the college was paying.
But guys, you gotta just be careful. And Ocho, when you young, you believe you are invincible, especially if you're an athlete. Now, I like I said, we've been athletes our whole life, Ocho. So you know how we think. Man, ain't nothing gonna happen to me.
Hold on. You gotta add the other element to it. Now, not only do you think you're invincible when you're an athlete, when you're a good athlete at that, you're in college, you're on top of the world. But this is the other element that makes it even that much more dangerous. Money. Now,
exactly. Got that money? Can't tell a nigga shit.
Exactly, man. It's just unfortunate that somebody died. So his whole situation is pretty much over. It's ruined. You're not coming back. I mean, Michael Vick killed dogs. He had a chance to come back, but bruh, you killed somebody. I mean, that's why I understand everybody saying, "Oh, I was young once. I was pushing the gas once, and so was I." You know what I'm saying? But the main thing that I did is I was familiar with the road. I know at this time, pretty much. I mean, like you said, it could happen, but at this time, pretty much nobody's on the road. It's pretty much a safe environment. When you're doing it inside of city limits, you're asking for a situation to just turn into bad. You know what I'm saying? So, like I tell my kid, defensive driving is the best type of driving you can do. I mean, like you said, you're gonna be young and dumb. You're gonna get this Charger. You're gonna push it, but just know it probably won't end up right. It probably won't end up in your favor, bro. There's too many examples.
No doubt. No doubt.
Let's run and kill yourself.
Yep.